Hello. How is everyone doing? We all good today? I am extremely tired. I'm so tired right now. But we're going for it. We're still streaming. How is everyone doing? We all good? Hello, hello. I am just gonna win it, honestly, because I feel like I could go fall asleep right now. But I almost cancelled the stream, but then I thought, why not? It's still fun to stream. So, today we are going to be doing just general sketches of designs for my dragons, because I need to come up with designs for them. And yeah, hello Natalie, hello Moth, hello Taurus, how you all doing? And yeah, so we're just gonna basically sketch some dragons, do some concept sketches. I'm gonna do as many as I can in the time that I would usually stream for. Usually, I mean, my max stream is usually 4 hours, but I have plans later on in the day, so I'm gonna maximum 2 or 3 hours for this stream, but we'll see. We're gonna start off with the main guys, which is Willow, Acacia, Spruce, those guys. We'll move on gradually to lesser characters, but for now we are going to start with just concepting how each is going to look. And I need to think about how I'm going to space this out. I think I'm just going to do it. So I'm going to try to do side profiles of their full bodies and just sort of figure out how they're going to look. You know, it's going to be messy. We're going to do as many as we can in this time. But yeah, so I'm just going to start off with Willow, I guess, because why not? And I can remember how the fuck I draw dragons now, because it's been a week since I did that practice. Yeah, how are we all doing? I have had a day and a half today. I've been out and about, and I'm extremely tired because I have to deal with stupid people out in public. Like, seriously, why are people so stupid with no common sense? It's so annoying. Okay, got the eye. Okay. Now she is streamlined. I think the problem is I always make the eye too big, so let's make the eye a bit smaller. A little bit more realistic with a smaller eye. You're starving. Go get something to eat, Natalie. you know the drill. You can't watch YouTube without something to eat. Everyone watches YouTube with something to eat. Now her nostrils go back a bit because the point is that she is an arrow shape. Keep the little fan scale. Gotta figure out how to make her streamlined while also still making her look like Willow. You got something cool. What you got? You nomming right now. I'm gonna get very hungry because I am trying to lose weight currently. Because I went to the doctor yesterday for a medication check and found out that I'm actually now too overweight to have the medication I was on, so I need to lose weight. I'm very much trying to diet right now. Okay, that horn is there. Okay, this is actually going way better than I thought it would. I was expecting me to have to take loads of tries doing this because I'm like in that mood right now where I feel like I can't draw properly. So that here, very streamlined. Everything is quite flat with her because think about aerodynamics. Aerodynamics, it needs to sort of, air's going to come like that, and then it's going to hit her snout and do that, and then come up over her head. That's how the air for aerodynamics would be going. And the point of these guys is that they're incredibly aerodynamic. So really she needs to be as smooth and streamlined as possible, while still keeping it her design, you know. The ear's going to be a little bit more flat usual, just a bit more like that probably. Less of a curve to it. Bag of chips. See, I'm British, so to me a bag of chips is like what you would call fries. So I'm just imagining you eating a bag of fries right now, which I love. I would love some chips right now. Oh, losing weight. Gotta do it. So she has spines. That would make up her ears. Just like so. Her horns are thin and flat. We'll do the first horn, which look quite flat to her face because when she's flying, so when Willow flies, basically her horns, if I do like a rough, if she's flying and she's got her neck flat like that while flying, like that, then her horns and flat to her neck like this, if that makes sense. So when she's not flying and she's like that, her horns will then stick up normally, if that makes sense. That's how her horns go. I'm in the UK, but I call crisp chips. Fair enough. Potato chips? You mean like chips? Just chips? Like, you know, the fries, they're just chips. We don't really call anything fries. I guess technically we do if it's like McDonald's fries or something, you know, the skinny ones. The skinny chips are fries, but the big chunky chips are chips. They're chips. Oh no, they're crisps. They're crisps, yeah. They are crisps. They are not chips, they're crisps. I had some Pringles the other day. I fucking love Pringles. Sour cream and onion Pringles are my favourite. Because I'm not a big crisp fan, actually. I much prefer something like snacking. What do you mean that? Snacking on something else. I'm not a big crisp fan. Wait, where is her feathers gonna go? Her feather whiskers. That's what I gotta figure out. We'll figure that out in a bit. For now, let's add in her head feathers. Roughly doesn't need to be super detailed, just enough to determine that they are feathers. Bigger as they go back. That's a bit big for the next one, so we'll make it a bit small. Oh, one brush, make it a bit smaller. Now, fun fact, she can actually sort of... I mean, the air dragon's feathers are mainly decorative rather than for any use. The only ones that have any use are the ones on their tails, which are light feathers. But other than that, all the other feathers they have on them are more decorative use. And the males have larger and more colourful feathers for mating rituals. Just like birds, really. They're very bird-like in a way. Not completely, but kind of bird-like. As for where the whiskers are going to come out. I don't care if there's just two people chatting, it's fine. I'm just chilling and questioning if I'm doing this right currently. I think I am. Yeah, her feather's always a little bit iffy. You know, sometimes I look at her and I'm like, do I want her to have the whisker feathers? And I'm like, yeah, I do. The whisker feathers make sense. In fact, I'm going to redo these feathers. I'm not quite happy with them. So feather, 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 feather. One of the videos I've been wanting to make is like just a little like, maybe even as a short series. Just like, hey, here's quick tips on how to draw little things quickly. Like, here's how to quickly draw a feather, and here's how to quickly make scales, and here's how to quickly make fur, and you know, just little mini tutorials basically. I'll probably do it as a little short series. A lot of things I've thought of are relying on me getting this new design down for Willow so I can make better talk sprites of her. That's a bit better. It's just on another layer so I can think about it. I can move it then if need be, if it's on a different layer. If you're unsure about something and you want to try it out, just do it on a different layer, because then you can get rid of it without affecting anything else. Hey Dino, how you doing? Just like that. That covers up her little fan thing there, so I'm going to move it back a little bit. Or would it be more there? Would it be back here? No, it'd be sort of like there-ish, I reckon. I'll just go sit in a way that's not covering up those two parts right there. Simply Joy is awful. Don't even bother with it. Like, don't even waste your time. That's a bit better. That's not covering up any part. Up a tad, I think. Does that look like it's in the right place? I'm struggling with placement for this right now. I don't want to cover up those bits. No, Whisker would technically be more further down, right? Where would our whiskers be coming out from? Where have I got them usually? Usually I put them like just before the nose, but it feels like it's too far forward. There-ish, I think, which means it's going to cover up that fan thing, but I don't think I've got a choice really. I think it's going to have to cover that up. Just like that. Yeah, I think it's glad to be like that. We know she's got a little fan there, whatever. And draw the other one that's coming out the other side. As for her body, we know she is tall and slender. Long, slender neck. That then leads into a long, slender body. I don't know if anyone else does this, but when I'm drawing something, I tend to, like, if it's a quadruped I'm drawing, and I tend to, like, draw the body in like this before I draw in the limbs, because it gives me an idea of where the limbs are going to go. It's a bit longer than that. Bit of a longer neck as well. And do that. Out a bit more. Bring the stomach in a little bit more. Gives me an idea of where limbs are going to go. We have the wind go about there. I've never been a guideline person. I don't know why. I just tend to not really use guidelines much. Unless some days I'm a little bit more complicated. I tend to just win it most of the time. See, I'm doing that right now. I am completely winning it. I'm on it since I'm drawing a win. She is very tall, very slender, very long legs. Very long legs. Has a little tufts of wispy white feathers that just sort of rest themselves there on her elbow. Hello Astral, how you doing? Give yourself a YouTube trio pad. Yeah, they're pretty good. They're really good. Expensive, but they're good. Now I've got to get a leg right. Leg. How does one draw a leg? Just out a bit more. See you later, Natalie. Have a good rest of your day. Oh, I've got to remember how their legs fucking go. There's always the... Hang on, I'm just going to quickly look at... Hang on a second. You gotta remember how legs are, because I do not remember legs right now. Oh, see, I'm fucking tired. Let me just go on this real quick, what we did last stream. I remember now. I remember how legs work now. I remember. I remember. Oh, squirrel. I remember. That's like the forearm coming out there. And leads into her feet. That I know is called crunch time. Often because a studio is being, or a publisher or whatever, is being very stingy with giving the animators time. It's still impressive what they can do in the time though. What vid were you looking for, Natalie? One actually about there. Need to like more front facing claw. Hey Taco, how you doing? And yeah, the music is great. It's all Ratchet & Clank music. Ratchet & Clank music is fucking amazing. Can't go on with a good bit of Ratchet & Clank music. And it's copyright free, so I don't get copyright claim for it. Yippee! There's a finger there as well. Or toe, whatever you want to call it. I call them fingers because they can kind of use their hands as... these feet as hands. But they are actually 5-fingered, technically. Oh, my cat is in the room. I didn't know you were here, baby girl. Hello. Hello, sweetheart. Are you going to want to leave? Want me to open the door? Because I can. My dragons have 5 fingers. I don't know if it's a general dragon thing, but they can use these feet as like hands. So, you know, I like to do 5 fingers. Hello, she's up on the desk now. Everyone say hello to Flo because she's here. Hello, baby girl. 4, and then you'll be able to see a thumb, which is a little bit more like a dew claw, but it still works as a thumb. Hey, hello. What are you doing? She wants attention. Hi. You gonna say anything? No, you're off. Put the door open then. Okay, give me a second, guys. I need to let her out the room. Come on. Oh, I forgot my chair's broken and it sinks when I sit on it. Okay, Also, Rose Dino, I've not made a proper reference. I think all my other references of her actually have her with 4 fingers. It's something I've recently changed. So, don't worry about it. Then the only time I've drawn with her with 5 fingers is my talk sprites. Because I wanted to give her dexterity of her hands. For expressions and stuff. So I think that's the only time I've actually drawn her with 5 fingers, so don't worry about it. Once I've figured out her new design properly, then I will be able to make a new reference image thing. You guys want me to do the reference sheets on stream? Do you want that to be a stream thing? Because I can happily make them on stream. These are just me making the concept, so I know how they're gonna look. Can she wear hats? I mean, you can get a hat that fits over her horns, yes. Speaking of her horns, I forgot her other set. Also, don't ask me why I'm sketching in red. It's just my thing that I sketch in red. Because usually when I do line work, I sketch it in red so that I can see it beneath my line work while I'm doing it. But I don't really need to do that here. But I'm still going to sketch in red because I'm used to sketching in red. Hi, Lot Dragon. Hi, Vicky Bog. Sorry, I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. Vicky Bog? Is it Vicky Bog? I feel like I said that wrong. I'm sorry. But hello. How you doing? Oh god, now back legs. I remember back legs. And I'm gonna look at my thing again. We did last stream. I remember. Be good. I'm gonna keep that up now actually, so I can look at where's that one? No, yeah, I'm gonna keep this one up. This is why I did the anatomy study, so I'm gonna keep that up and just reference that when I feel I need to. Hello, Void Script. How you doing? My opinion on moths. I fucking love moths. They're adorable little creatures. They're just fluffy little guys. You ask me, they're better than butterflies. I prefer moths. Hey, Toasty. How you doing? Oh, we've got lots of people today. Hello, everyone. I appreciate you all coming out. Good to see you all. Of course, it's on a day where I'm really tired. I was not expecting this many people. I'm like, oh, hello everyone. Legs. Fucking, how does one leg? Someone tell me how one legs, because I can't leg right now. I have done lineless art. Yeah, I'm not very good at it. I prefer having the line work to define my shapes, honestly. I'm not very good at lineless. I really do struggle with it a little bit. Just having to refer back every now and then. So once I've done Willow and I've remembered the anatomy, I'll be fine. It's just got to remember how. Oh, dinosaur dragon. I think because I've got loads of like, because the way this works. Let me get words out first of all. Let me explain here. Basically, these guys are part of a fantasy novel series I want to write. And I'm designing them first because for me it's easier to design them in like an image and be able to physically see them so that I can then take that and use it to write in words their descriptions. But they're all part of a fantasy series that I'm going to write. And brain words. Fuck. I told you guys I'm tired today. My brain went words. But yeah, basically they're all going to be part of that series, and Willow is the main character alongside Acacia and Spruce, so they're going to be like the three main people. Atropa is like the villain, who is a venom wyvern. But anyway, all the different elements are like their own species of dragon, basically. They're all a different species. So Willow is an air dragon, they're their own species. Acacia is an earth dragon, they're their own species. Atropa is a venom dragon, they're all their own species. And basically, yeah, it's just a lot of world building, and yeah, I'm just trying to design them all so that I've got an easy way to put things down in words. Yeah, I'm just trying to. Yeah, she's very like slim and slender, and hard to get that down without losing the definition. What text got deleted? I'm gonna be surprised if something's gone wrong. Something always goes wrong for me on stream. That's way too slender. It's hard to make her look slender without losing the anatomy, you know. That's what the foreleg, the calf is too long, the thigh needs to be longer and then shorten the calf. Hey Marichelle, how you doing? I am struggling with legs right now. That round. Yeah, that's probably good enough. And she has the tufts, feathers on the what was technically the heel. Because fun fact about this kind of anatomy, a lot of people get it wrong. If this, hang on, let me draw a few boxes. If this is a human foot, right? So that's toes, that's the foot, that's the heel, and that's the leg, right? A quadrupedal is actually like this. So that's the toes, that's the foot, this is the heel, and then that's the leg. There's a fun way to remember how quadrupedal anatomy goes. So like this here, if I can, there we go. So this here is not her knee bent backwards, it's actually her heel. It's actually the heel, technically. So there's a fun fact for you if you're ever wondering how to do those. How to do better proportions. Win it. That's how I do it. I fucking win it. I just go with the flow and utilize my deform tools as much as I can. Because proportions can be difficult. Just use your transform tools as much as possible, really, and adjust it until it looks right. It's what I do. Wow, loads of my friends are active on Steam right now. I keep getting pop-ups. I don't know if you guys... I hope you guys can't see the pop-ups. I don't want to be doxing my friends. No, I don't think you can see the Steam pop-ups. You think I need to be a bit rougher and quicker with what I'm doing if I want to do multiple concepts in this stream? Just in 10 seconds, scooter around and get defeated by Baby Bam Ban. I'm sorry, that thing got defeated by Baby Bam Ban. Okay, whatever. Fucking hell, Bam Ban. So weird. Okay. That goes too big compared to the rest. I don't really mind about view count, honestly. I'm just happy people show up at all. Appreciate it. Watching me on the toilet, cool. Fair enough, I won't judge. I'm still not happy with this leg, honestly. How many Dragon OTs do I have? Technically a lot, because there's a lot in the story, but I've never really thought them all out properly, so I'm going to try do that now. Yeah, these are just concept sketches, so I'm more just focusing on the design more than anything else, rather than poses. Right now, there's the main change to Willow is going to come on her tail when we get to her tail. Not been much of a change yet. Hello, Aubrey. How you doing? How does that go? Yeah, it's like... I need to remember the anatomy. Once Willow is done, we can move on to ones you guys probably haven't really seen before. I like simple dragons, but I also like dragons with like the really complex designs as well because they're cool. Okay, so on this side you're going to see the dew claw out there because it's on the inside. And you're going to see claw there, or finger or toe, whatever you want to call it. Totally winning this as I go. Ew, someone put an AI out of my videos? Fuck them. Sadly, I don't have control over the ads, so I can't stop them from doing that, which is sad. Because if I could, like, say, hey, don't put AI ads in my videos, I totally would, but I cannot. Which sucks. Tuck the feathers here. Oh, that's a smudge, not an eraser. Let's draw in her other front leg. Yeah, I really wish I could just say to YouTube, hey, I don't want AI ads in my video, can you not? But apparently I can't. The best I've been able to do is go in and say I don't want certain topics on my video, like I've disabled any gambling adverts, I've disabled any adverts that are like political, I've disabled any sort of like drug adverts for like medicine and stuff, because I just kind of don't want that sort of thing on my channel being advertised, but I can't control that any more than that, unfortunately. Carnotaurus are fucking hilarious. What is with their tiny little arms? What was evolution doing with Carnotaurus? Their stupid little arms are so funny. I love the little goobers. Right, wings. I feel like her body isn't long enough. She's got a longer body than that. She's tall and slender with a long body. That needs to come in more. That needs to do that a bit more probably. Should do more like that. And I'm not particularly happy with that one, so we're just going to smooth it out a bit more. I'm going to move the arms back a little bit. So once Willow's done, we'll be able to speed up a bit because I've got like the anatomy figured out that I can reference off then. A little bit longer on the legs. She's very tall compared to other dragons. Stomach plates that she has go down, up. Oh, opinions on dragon puppets. I have seen them occasionally. They're kind of cool. Not something I'd personally be into, but they're kind of cool. Out her win a second. Remember, wins do that, and then it's got. She's got a very. They've got very big wins. Yeah, dragons. Just come way out. Like, very big compared to their bodies, because the whole point of them is that they can fly really well. So they've got very big, powerful wings. We played to attract 5 in my style? I don't know. I've not really seen any of it, so I don't know. I've checked any mentions. Honestly, they don't always show up as a notification dino, so I don't always see them. Yeah, so it goes off into... Again, she has tufts of feathers. Smaller. That's probably expand my canvas, but that's fine. Yeah, I've never been into Poppy Playtime, honestly. One of the ones I'm really not into. Probably less into it, like as into it as I am with Ban Ban, and that's saying something. Slight notches where the bones would be. Slight, otherwise they're quite thin. Yeah, I am just referring back to this every now and then to remind myself of the anatomy. What am I doing? This. We have another one. Like notches for bones. Comes down. Concentrating a little bit right now, just get this done, then I'll look at chat. I will say, if you've spotted the member goal at the top, then that is for a Gartic phone stream. If you become a channel member, then it counts towards it. I'm just thinking maybe I should have actually... What I'm going to do is I'm going to just do that, and I'm going to change the win, because these are concept sketches, so I need to get the whole design in. So really it should be more, it's actually properly spread out, so you can see the whole thing. One slightly folded. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted that. Do that. Spread the whole win out. She's got 4 of these. These things. Good way to think of a dragon wing. Think of it as, let me do this. This is the bicep of an arm. This is a forearm. This is a hand. And these are the fingers. There's how you think of a dragon wing. Thumbs up. Hope that helps you if you ever want to draw a dragon. Oh yeah, she has big wings. She's a big one with her wings. That's the point of the air dragons. They're the best flyers in the Dragon Kingdom, so they have the biggest wings. And the wind's also part of their element. It helps them, you know, manipulate air and stuff and wind currents. They use their wings for a lot of it. Make this one a little bit higher up. Oh, I love this. I love Gone. Gone is such a good track. Do you ever randomly check our communities? Not really. I kind of forget. I'm forgetful. The app I'm using right now is a PC program. It is Paint Tool Sci V2. It is a paid one, but I'd say it's very much worth the price because it's only like 60 quid. It was 30 quid when I got it, and it's like only like 60 quid now, and it's very good value. I do love Paint Tool Sci. You buy the first version of Paint Tool Sci V1, and then when you bought that, you get a free upgrade to Paint Tool Sci V2. So you don't need to worry about having to buy V2 again because it's a free upgrade once you've bought the first one. How am I going to fit this for? Maybe it's a bit too big, actually. Yeah, if you want Dino, but I'm probably going to forget them. I don't know when I'm going to do the next Castle and Bam Bang, because I'm just going to spread it out a lot. Because I'm really not interested in it. But I'm going to see if I can finish it. There we go, and then obviously the membranes go across. Just like that. Attach to our body. The membrane that goes across this bit. Big wind gal. Feathers need to come in. Feathers run all the way down her neck and back. I'm just going to actually put her back to the size she was so I can make it in proportion. There you go. Yep, that's the point. They have wings way bigger. That's what they're like. Meanwhile, Acacia is going to have tiny wings because they don't fly very much. So yeah, dragons don't really fly. They do, but they kind of just mostly do, like, they use their wings for boost, for jumping around, like, rocky places and stuff. They don't fly properly. Yeah, if you're getting a dragon to spread out their wings, oh, big wings. Aw, no more Gorn. I love Gorn's soundtrack. Roughly put in feathers. Again, these are just concept sketches, so they don't need to be perfect. You just need to represent what the design is going to be. But I am going to make the wing a tad bit smaller, actually. A bit smaller. Probably more like that is accurate, actually. Right, and what we need to be. More spreads out that way, actually, thinking about it. Yeah, that's probably actually more accurate that it spreads more out like that. So I still feel like they're not... These aren't up enough. Favorite types of crisps? Oh, definitely Pringles. I love Pringles. Hey, fantastic. How you doing? Yeah, Pringles, sour cream and onion Pringles are my favourite. Right, tail. Tail is where you're going to see changes in our design. Actually put it down a bit more so I've got room for it. So to balance them out with such big wings, I need a longer tail. Because I need it for balance. And the end of the tail is one flight feather. Flight feather 1. You get another flight feather. And they just kind of go down in layers of flight feathers. Layers of flight feathers. Gradually get a bit smaller as they go. Smaller. It's probably the smallest ones on this bit. Which then leaves us some feathers in this little bit as well. Okay, we may have lost Gorm, but Quartu's a funky beat as well. Can't be mad at Quartu being next. Okay, got some flight feathers there. So there is a small gap with the flight feathers. There is a gap where there is none, but you get the flight feathers that are down at the end of her tail and the flight feathers that are closer to her body. Move that bit a little bit. Just like that. And I think that's Willow pretty much sorted, actually. If there's anything else I want to add to her design. If there's anything else I should add to her design, I don't think she needs to add anything to add to her design. Well, the thing is with dragons is that they're fantasy creatures, so you can do whatever you want with them, really. And I'm trying to make each species a bit more unique. So for the, like I said, for the air dragons, they're all about flying. And when it comes to flying, you want the wings and you want the tail for flying. So they are the biggest part of the design. They are the most impressive parts of their design. I am actually going to make these tail feathers a little bit smaller because they are a tad bit big, but really they do have big tails and big feathers and big wings. That is the point of them. Slender bodies. Too small. Slender bodies with oh no, I'm not colouring them, Dinah. These are just sketches. But also her colours aren't changing or anything. I'm going to change... Yeah, you're right, Taurus. I was going to change that as well, actually. I'm going to edit this a little bit. Turn that more there. Do that. Like that. There we go. Head a tad bit bigger. It's the neck in. Actually make the neck a little bit more like out like that. Still has a slim neck, but it's a little bit more dimension to it. That's pretty much Willow done. Is just name that Willow so I know. Do I have her membrane go down the tail like that? Because that's what I'm not sure about. Because like, what if I do it like that? But I don't know if I ever like that. If I like the membrane going down the tail. Honestly. Because like, I'll try it. Yeah, I've never liked how it looks when you have the membrane go down the tail. I always like to keep it on the body. The only design of a dragon I've ever seen I like where it goes down the tail is Toothless. Is his membrane goes down the tail. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach it right there. Maybe it should go down her tail. I'm not sure. I'll leave it like this for now and we'll see. I'm not going to draw the other in, don't need to. It's just concept. So there is Willow. Let's make her a bit smaller so we've got more room. do Acacia next. No, Acacia is an earth dragon. She is a lot bulkier. She is a much bulkier dragon. Probably more see her brow like that. Oh, I gotta admit, I'm gonna have to quickly look at how I designed her. Hang on. Because it's gonna be roughly the same design, but just a little bit better. I've forgotten how I made her head. Where is her? It's there. There it is. Designs. I've got too many folders. Yeah, the Drago Yippee is great. I can't remember who said to put it there now, sadly. It is great. Thing is, I've done that. I've tried to lose it, but the thing is, when you do that, because technically, I mean, I guess you could be like that. Because usually it would fold. Where that is, it folds. If that makes sense, that creates a fold. But yeah, I guess what you mean. I'll have it like that for now. I think I'll put a tad bit of a fold in, because technically there would be a fold there. If you think about it, because that joint going like that would then cause the membrane to go like that as well. Even stretched out, it would cause a bit of a bump. So I'm going to add a little bit of a bump. I'm redesigning them right now. Right now I'm doing it. Also, I cannot find where I've got my old design for Acacia right now. Trying to find it. Fuck. Where is it? Is it here? No. How have I lost where the fuck she should be there? Oh, there we go. I found her. How did I do her head again? Oh, right. She's got the spikes. I remember. Nah, Willow's got a long tail. Willow has got a long tail. What templates are meant to be? The Yippee one. Do you know the Yippee meme? The little, what's it called? I think it's called the autism creature. It got dubbed in meme culture. But yeah, it's just a like recreation of that I made a while ago for the lols. Right, she has spikes going up her muzzle, her snout, I should say. Oh god, I gotta remember. Oh, how am I blanking on how to draw Acacia, man? It's Acacia. She's not that hard. Well, let me just put her snout in. Otherwise, she has, other than the spike, she has a normal snout. Right, she has a very chunky face. So much larger, chunkier face than Willow. How do you, Dino? I wouldn't have known, honestly. How did I do it? Sorry, I have to keep looking back. Should I just put the reference image in the canvas? Hang on, let me just put the reference image. Well, her very, very fucking old reference. God, this is old shit. Let me just grab that. This is like 5 years old at this point, maybe even more. It just helps me remember her the rough idea of her design. I have depression and anxiety. Does that count? Does that count as anything? You know, I am looking at thinking about making her tail a little bit shorter, actually. Just a tad. Okay, she's older than 5 years old. This particular reference is just 5. So yeah, I forgot her horn actually connects to her eye. I remember that now. That's spike, larger spike on her muzzle does that. Just gonna give 3 like that, I think. And she has the other ones that sort of stick out more like that. Very defensive looking spikes. I'm not sure how I feel about that design anymore though, so what I'm going to do is change it up a little bit. It's very hard to work with brown, honestly, I agree with that. I went brown with her obviously because like Earth Dragon and it works. I'll add her spikes in a minute. Let's get her horn in, which connects to her eye and brow. Ram-like horns. Come around, just like that, in segments. Right, none. Do you think something what's something that you think gets better at snail's pace? I don't know, honestly. Definitely not traffic. Oh, me and Mum was stuck in traffic earlier. It was so painful. Traffic at a snail's pace. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do that a little bit differently. I'll just draw in the curve. Curve in, then I'll have to worry about anything else with it. Big horns. Big horned girl. Oh, God. See you later, Toasty. Yeah, it annoys when people are like, oh, I have OCD, and it's like, no, you don't. Unless you're actually diagnosed with OCD, you don't have OCD. Because people like say, they're just like a little bit like, oh, I don't like my house untidy, I've got OCD, and it's like, that's not OCD, but okay. Fish kind of looks like an armadillo. Yeah, she kind of, I mean, she's an earth dragon and they're meant to have like a bit of armor to them and stuff. So armadillo actually works quite well as a description for her. They're meant to have armor. They're meant to be bulky. Let's get these spikes in. So really, you're not far off there, Dino, calling her an armadillo. In all honesty. There's another set. No, hang on, I need to think about this. Fuck. Oh, it's hard translating such an old design to a newer style. That's so old. Look how bad that is because of my old fucking stupid style. Yeah, Armadillo Lizard works as well, but like it works as both ways. You guys want to see all the old references I have? Of at least the 4 that I drew, because I only drew 4 of them back in the day. You guys want to see them all? Because they're all so bad. They're all so bad. And let me, if I go on my DeviantArt real quick, I can see when I actually made them, because they should be on there. Give me a second. I can see. I know I'm probably a bit muffled because I'm looking away from my mic right now because I'm looking at my second monitor. Yes, where are they? They are. They were 2020, so they're 6 years old. 6 years old now. So they're quite yeah. So we have, obviously you've seen Acacia. Yeah, she's that's Acacia. She looks like a fucking worm here. Here is Willow's old one. What the fuck was I doing? What the fuck is wrong with her? What the fuck is What's wrong with her? Oh, Willow, I'm sorry. It's the old Willow one. Here's Spruce. Honestly, Spruce doesn't look that bad. He could be worse. He could be way worse. he is just a worm, though, bless him. And then the other one was Cosmo, who is not the big impressive dragon he needs to be. He's supposed to be a huge impressive dragon, so he needs to be made much better as well. But there you go, there's 6-year-old art for you guys. I know, Willow looks so bad, poor thing. Oh yeah, Spruce design is gonna not change too much, mostly just sprucing up. And funnily enough, sprucing it up a little bit. And that wasn't even a pun, it just came out. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the spikes on her snout a little bit smaller, I think. It's probably gonna be the best way to do it. Cosmos probably will have the most drastic redesign, yeah. I haven't really thought about how I want him to look, but I'm definitely not happy with his current design, so I definitely want to change him up. Yeah, sure, as long as you credit, then I'm fine with it. You know, I'll take any and all fan art. I still want to keep her spikes pointed in that way, because it's like a bit more unique. To have them doing that. A bit more unique to have spikes doing that. Okay. What else can I do to add to her? She's like so spiky. Like she's gonna have probably spikes that sort of come out around her eye. Probably even more layers of spikes. No, when I did Anatomy Fantastic, they have very small eyes, dragons usually, compared to the rest of them. The point of her is that she's a very bulky head, so her eye does look quite small. Where else would she probably have spikes? Maybe another set here leading up to that, because these are going to be like scales that are extended outwards. Just like that. Just gotta think. Does she have spikes doing that? I mean, she's very spiky. She's meant to be incredibly spiky. Now, we'll leave that at how it is. What I'll do is But I know what I'll think about it as I go, actually, because she's got the armor going down her back. I might expand that a bit to go other places. Compared to Willow, she is incredibly bulky. She's much shorter, but she's bulky. And not as long of a neck. Bulkier body. Yeah, Willow Yippee is amazing, Taurus. I don't know how I didn't think to add it. So I'm glad you came up with it. Willow, Acacia is a very bulky body compared to Willow. The air dragons are tall and slender. The earth dragons are shorter, but very bulky. Their wings are more... So not really much of wings. They just kind of exist a bit. They don't do much win in. They don't do much as wins. When worm approved stuff? What do you mean about worm approved stuff? They really don't have very big wings, the Earth Dragons, at all. I know people are gonna compare it to Winds of Fire. I'm expecting that, don't worry. I have expected it to be compared to Winds of Fire when I eventually get around to writing it. But I've never read Winds of Fire, so I don't know if it's anything like that. Oh, yeah, no, that was an art fight thing, so it probably won't ever come back, because it was someone else's character for art fight, so fucking with her wind a little bit here. Everything about her is bulkier compared to a air dragon. You know what? I'm just gonna. Artfight's fun. I don't really remember the ears very well. They all kind of blend together. I'm just gonna do it normally so that I can then add the notches for bones. Remember they overlap a little bit. That's always a mistake I make. They do overlap a little bit. The air dragon, not the air dragons, the earth dragons have kind of useless wings. They don't do much for them. They're just kind of, they mainly use it because if they have to navigate rough terrain, then they use it to like give them a jump boost. But other than that, their wings don't do much. They have much smaller wings because they're so heavy that they struggle to fly properly. When is this year's art fight? It is always in July. Yes, July. Always in July. I had to think for a second. Right, now let's add the notches for the bones. Oh yeah, you could do that, Taurus. Why not? I need to go get my book of Dragonology, that's what it's called. I need to go find that. I forgot to find it. I meant to find it for this stream, but I totally forgot. Art Fight wouldn't get extended, Dinah. They have reasons for only doing it in July. The two big reasons is that July is when most people are off. So people are off school and some people are off work. It is the most common time for people not to be... most common time for people to be available. And also... they don't want to do it during June because it's Pride Month. They don't want to step on. They don't want to like take over Pride Month, you know, which is a completely fair and valid reason. So they exclusively put it in July. Very useless win. Oh, that sucks, Possum. Happens, though. Oh, new people. I always love new people to art fight. I say that like I'm part of art fight. I'm not a part of art fight any way, shape, or form. I just think it's cool when people start joining it and doing it because it's so fun and it's just a great way to like do things you wouldn't normally do. Like the amount of times I've drawn characters that I wouldn't have usually drawn if it wasn't art fight, you know. Do I want layers of armor, maybe? To sort of stagger like that. I've always struggled with her back plates, how her back plates should go. Really, the armor should extend to her stomach as well, with that being a weak point. Let's get her leg in first. Gartic phone stream will happen if people become members. Just putting that out there. Oh, I wasn't looking while I was doing no strikes then. Make sure I look. Yep, shorter, bulkier. Doop, 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 doop. Only Ratchet & Clank could have a good soundtrack for a fucking shopping mall. And for a waiting room. Only Ratchet & Clank. Ratchet & Clank has such a good soundtrack. People need to love those games more. They're so good. Underloved games. Let's just even out a bit, it's a little bit crooked. There we go. I wouldn't want to stay young as long as I want, really. I didn't enjoy being young. I say that, I'm still not very old, but, you know, didn't enjoy being a teenager or anything. I know these are a little bit iffy, but you know what? Like I said, they're concept sketches. Concept sketches do not need to be perfect. You just need to get the idea down. Hello? Can we... There we go. I am indeed British. Yes. Really happy with these wins. I have never watched a Godzilla movie in my life, but I do plan to actually. Recently, literally the other day, I was saying that I want to go through and watch at least like the newer ones, the MonsterVerse, whatever they call it. Because you know, I am a sucker for a bit of CGI monsters fighting. Why not? It's fun. Can't go on with a bit of CGI monster fight, can you? Well, your brother can sort off. There's nothing wrong with us. Actually, there is a lot wrong with us. Yeah, it's a decent amount wrong with us. Oh, it's always the back leg. It's always the fucking back leg, man. Always the fucking back leg. Depends which British accent it is. I am technically the one that is like Queen's speech or whatever, fucking King's speech now, whatever, in my area, but you get loads of different ones. But I am what would be considered the fancy posh accent, but meh. Nice and bulky compared to Willow. Get her in there. Hello, Metal. Fuck. Hello, Metal Raptor. Yeah, Metal is the right word. Why did I think that's not how you say metal for a moment? Hello, Metal Raptor. How you doing? For some reason my brain went, that's not how you pronounce metal. Yes, it is how you pronounce metal, brain. And I've said metal too many times, so it sounds weird anyway. Get that in line. Oh, yeah, that's about how long a lot of my art takes me, is 8 hours. And then the other one. gradually figuring it out as I go. So, getting a bit lazy now because I want to get on with others because I'm taking too long. Because I do have plans tonight, so I can't be streaming for too long. That'll do. Just fix that leg up a tiny bit. Maybe I'll make one for animation. I haven't animated in a very long time, so it's a little bit more difficult to make one for that. Because I don't know a lot, like, as many tips for it. A bit more edited on this win, I think. Yeah, if I ever get back to animating, maybe I'll do it. It's just, God, it takes so long and I do not have the time or patience for it anymore. Oh, I started digital art back in 2014. So I've been going for a while now. I originally wanted to be an author, actually. But, yeah. Kind of went into art instead. Okay, and then her tail is big and thick. It's plate still. That on. What else? How else should I add to my design? Draw my book. Alright, Taurus, have fun. Also, I drew a picture of Willow, Acacia, and Spruce having a picnic together. They give Spruce a metallic fan dentures. Yeah, poor little guy doesn't have teeth. He just gums you to death instead. Yeah, I still want to be an author. Like I said, these dragons are actually for a story I want to write, so I'm still definitely interested in being an author. Just art sort of ended up taking a priority. So what am I going to do for these is actually spike them like that, I think. $8 PM for you already. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm going to be playing the Dandy's World update later because it drops at 8 PM for me. That's actually my plans for tonight, is to go do that with my friends. That was my plan. So I can't stream for too long. And then what I'll do is I'll give each one a spike like that, I think. Obviously, we'll go along her back. Yeah, I've still not really got a name for it. The working name is Elementum, but I'm probably going to change that. Because it is more based around, like, the elements are like a main part of the story. But I might change it. Why is that not? Oh, because fucking smudge brush, not a razor. I was like, why is it not erasing? Because I'm on the wrong fucking brush. That would help if I was actually on the eraser. Hang on, I'm looking at it. New monologue tram microscopic ilcovolcanconiosis. I think I did fairly decently with that. Her tail is going to remain mostly the same. So I didn't want to just give her like the classic club tail that a lot of earth dragons have. I wanted it to be a bit more unique than that. So she's got this layer spike tail. Also have the stomach plates come down the tail a little bit, like that. Anywhere else I can give her spikes and bulk her out a bit more. We don't need this anymore. Goodbye, old design. Where else? Also, their colours aren't really changing much, it's mainly their actual design that's changing. Could always just add spikes to every little surface like this. Spiky girl. She is an... What's the spiky fruit? I feel like there's a spiky fruit. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember what it is. I mean, dragon fruit. Actually, to be fair, dragon fruit is spiky. Like, what fruit is spiky? Literally a fucking dragon fruit. Mate, it's not hard to think of one. But she needs more defense. Maybe spikes that do that. I don't know, but she needs a bit more. Another thing, one of our really old designs, I think I have an older ref sheet than the one I just showed you, actually. Have a look, because I genuinely think I actually have an older F sheet, like really, really, really old ones. Let me have a look, because they might not even be saved on this computer. They're that old. It might even have been on my old laptop before I got my computer. Oh my god, yes, I found it. How did I have it? Yeah, I remember. So I'm going to sort of add that back in, actually. Have those little spikes going on there, because I think that looked pretty decent, and I don't know why I ditched it. As they were almost like, do you know how bearded dragons have those little spikes that run along? Yeah, she had that on these, and I don't know why I ditched it, because it's a cute little idea to have these little like bearded dragoness spikes. I'm gonna add them back in. Do I like that? Do we like the spikes there, or do we not like the spikes there? How do we feel about that? Also, technically this would be spike. She's just got very spiky scales. Technically that would all be spiky. Do we like those little spikes, or do we not like those little spikes? I can't remember. Not that I can't remember. I can't decide is what I mean. I can remember. I promise I can remember things. That'll do. I can imagine like a bearded dragon, she can puff herself up and have these spikes like kind of stick out and be more spiky. I don't know if you guys know about bearded dragons. I've had a bearded dragon in the past, but they have these little spikes on their side, and when they get threatened, they'll puff themselves up, and those spikes actually go from feeling very soft to actually being spiky. It's very interesting how they do it. Right, that's pretty much acacia, I guess. If I had to place how they were together, so if Willow's like that and is tall, Acacia is probably shorter like that. You can see the difference in how Acacia is a much bulkier body but shorter, whereas Willow's a taller, slender body and has a much bigger wing. The difference, obviously, I'm just going to do that for size sake for the thing, but probably more their size difference. So let's expand this. Gonna make it 4,000. That's not enough, but about 5,000. That will do. Spruce is a lawn boy. Spruce is the lawn boy. Let's also expand. Down, so I've got room. There we go. Spruce is the lawn boy. So the lawn boy I'm actually going to put below them both. Lawn boy, right, Spruce, let me think. It's a hard one to draw a little bit more realistically. Definitely got like a larger eye. Think about how I want him to look while keeping a more realistic dragon style. But still keeping that like essence he has to him because he's very goofy. He's a very goofy lad. Very goofy little lad. Except he's not so little because he's a lawn boy. And we love our lawn boy. Yeah, that's way too long. This is going to be hard because he's such a weird shape that it's like, how do I translate this to a more realistic dragon style? Hello, Electric Pony, how you doing? The eye needs to be smaller. Toothless is great. I love Toothless. Not so much in the third movie because he looks a bit weird in the third movie. But his first and second movie appearances are great. Next video, well, members had a sneak peek. Because remember, you get a sneak peek. Also, I'm fucking not doing this right. What if he has like, the lizard has like that dome over their eye? That's too alligator-like. He's not an alligator. I think that's a little better actually. The head shape. That's a bit better of a head shape. How do I usually draw his ears? Ears. I drew them in a really shit way. Good to know that I drew them in a really shit way. Okay. Let's try draw them a bit better. A bit of round that off rather than a sharp point. Yeah. He has random tufts of fur because he's weird. The point of him is that he's like a weird anomaly that he's not meant to make much sense. He is meant to be a little bit of a anomaly when it comes to existing. He's not really meant to exist. But he do exist and we love him. Because he's a cute man. He's a cute lad. He's just very happy. He acts like a happy dog. He's mute and he acts like a dog. He's basically a Cation Willow's pet at this point. He's cute. All he wants to do is play and have fun and do stupid shit. Lawn boy. He's a lawn boy. Lawn windless boy. Therians. I don't know what a Therian is. I've heard of it, but I can't think of the top of my head what it is right now. Got very short legs. He's a stumpy lad. Something like that. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil anything in the story. It's hard to talk about what Spruce is without spoiling the story, honestly. So I'm like, I'm going to be quiet right now. He does have claws. He has his fingers. His feet are relatively normal. He just has very short, stumpy legs. Gonna do his body and then I'll worry about accessories in a minute. Everything about him is quite short and stumpy, honestly. If maybe his toe or finger could be a little bit bigger. What if I give him 4 fingers rather than 5, you know? Just to be a little bit more quirky with him. Or do I keep him with the 5 fingers? No, I'll still give him 5 fingers. I think that's just going to be a consistent thing with their designs. They're all 5-fingered dragons. Because they have like a proper society and they can, you know, they write stuff and they, you know, live civilized and they have cities and so, you know, they're proper, you know, so they, you know, need to be able to write and draw and stuff properly. Think about it. So them having 5-fingered hands makes the most sense in that respect for dexterity's sake. It's not quite long enough, probably about here. Maybe not. I've got to think about how long his body is, where it's going to end. I like that leg is too chunky, actually. He's got short, stumpy legs, but that is too chunky. I'm gonna... that. Yeah, that's better. Much better. Didn't need to erase that much, damn it. Could be messy, I don't care. Always extend his body if I feel I need to. Just a silly lad. I wasn't that shocked. I was annoyed but not really shocked, honestly. Simply Joel probably paid so much to be in all these places. And like the Simply whatever, like there's such a big thing. Like there's so many Simply apps and it's like, oh, okay, because you're stupid. Also, since we're getting less done than I thought we would, I will definitely continue this next stream. Okay, he needs to be longer. He's longer than that. He's a long boy. He's a lung dragon. He's long. the leg? The leg is a bit big. It needs to be the same sort of proportion as the front leg. So that. And I can change the body. Long. Oh, they probably do. If Simply Joy uses AI, the rest probably do. Would not surprise me in the slightest. Long boy. We love our long boy. Make that a little bit more. He doesn't really have bones, so it's fine. Who cares about anatomy when they don't actually have bones? He doesn't have bones. Who needs bones? Who needs bones when you're just a long, goopy boy? Bruce certainly doesn't. It's a better shoulder in there. He's a very long boy. He's a lung dragon, so he's a very long boy. He likes to lick you, Spruce does. He's like a dog. He's basically a dog. He's just a dog. He's not like the other dragons where they talk and they're, you know, properly... I mean, but it's hard to explain how he is, but he just acts like an excited dog all the time, and he doesn't talk. He only makes noises. As for his tail, he does indeed have a tail. Expands off his body. Because he's a lun, it's also quite a long tail. A little bit shorter than that. Did not want the ruler, thank you. Yeah, I always find like I need to redesign things and I'm too lazy to do it, and it's like I never use the thing because, you know, I'm too lazy. So let's draw his tail blade. Because he's basically defenseless otherwise, he has a tail blade as a weapon. What I'm going to do is shorten the tail a little bit. Actually, no, what I'll do is I'll bring the... Actually, no, it works there, so I'll shorten the tail a bit. Favorite character from Ratchet and Clank, Dr. Nefarious by far. Oh, it's Dr. Nefarious. He's a fucking... I love him. He's so funny. He's so ridiculously funny. Best video game villain in existence, honestly. I love that dude. He's so good. Yeah, those are the bits that form the connection to the tail blade from the fin. Drawing off on my remembering how to draw mechanical parts from FNAF. And then the blade itself. Not that he really uses it much. He's not much of a fighter as Spruce, but we love him still. He just needed it for a little bit of defense. Otherwise, he would get himself killed very quickly because he's a bit like, I'm going to trust everyone I see even though they're clearly evil. He's a bit dim. Just a tad bit dim. And naive. Someone drew a picture of Willow, Occasion, Spruce fighting against Simply Brown. That'd be funny, yeah. Right, now I've got to think about his decoration. So he has spikes, and his spikes go in a pattern of big, small, big, small, big. We'll have normal, nothing, big, small, big, small, big, small, big, small, all along his body. Even down the tail a little bit. And it gets smaller as we go down the tail. We'll go down the tail a little bit more than that. What else did I add to him? He's mainly just goopy. He's made of goo, by the way. Just so you're aware, he's actually made of goo. He's not a solid body. So he has some dripping. Like, he drips a bit. He's goopy. So his body has some dripping to it. He is a goopy lad who likes to melt his body when he's bored. Like that. I mean, he has his bracelets that he needs. I actually added the main one. I'm just going to do a different thing. Because he's meant to have one big main gem for reasons that I will not specify because spoilers. But he has one big main gem. So I'm going to put that here. Big gem. And that big gem is in a decorative pendant, I'd say. Way that it can be housed safely. Making this design up for a thing as I go along. We have a strap going up here. That spike, and a strap going down beyond his shoulder. And that's like his necklace thingy. Something like that. That was his gem. Not sure about how I've done it there actually. This to be more like a, not really a necklace with straps, but more like that, I think. And I think he can get rid of a spike because he is able to move his spikes at will. So if he wants a spike gone, then he can get rid of a spike. The problem is it looks a bit like a bib, and I don't want it to look like a bib. Maybe it's fine. Maybe I can have two lots going like that. I don't know. Think about this a bit more. There we go, that works a bit better. That's more of a decorative thing. There, that's better. More of an armor thing like that. I have been thinking of doing that actually. Like for each chapter, I almost want to make like a little illustration as like a thing of like, here's what's going to happen in this chapter, and each chapter name has. It's hard to explain. Like each chapter name has a little illustration on it or something. Okay. And then he has... That is indeed the time for me as well. He has bracelets as well. I get to a trope, it's going to be difficult because she's actually a wyvern, so that's going to be different. We go, and then that's pretty much it for him. He's just goopy, so I'm just gonna give him some goop, and then oh, I have been texted. Why did I get a text? No, I'm not gonna give you feedback following my recent appointment. Can you fucking not? Jesus Christ. Oh, please, after your recent doctor's appointment, please give us some feedback. My feedback is I had to sit there waiting for ages, even though it's a fucking empty doctor's office. Oh, God. Right. Give him some goop. Check him down because he's goopy. He's goopy lad. He is made of goo. He's actually technically made up of dark matter, but it kind of manifested itself as goop. Manifested itself as goop. He's goopy. He's living his best life. But he's actually changed. He's not a shadow dragon anymore. He's like void. I think I made him like a completely unique element that's like not even really known about. Why he's so different. Can't be asked to draw goopiness everywhere, so I'm just gonna put it in random places. Oh yeah, good luck with scales. No one likes scales. Who should I draw next, guys? Should it be Cosmos or should I do a Troper? Cosmos is the big main, basically god, dragon god, basically. And a Troper is a villain and she's a wyvern. So who would you like to see me do next? Because I'll probably do one more for this stream. And then head off to rest before I get on to doing dandies because I'm tired. So which one would you like to see next? Boy Spruce. These sizes aren't accurate, but, you know. Want to see Cosmos next? I can do Cosmos next. Cosmos is getting the most drastic redesign, so he's going to be interesting to do. Get Cosmos out. I'll do Cosmos quickly. Let me think about how he's going to be. He's ginormous. Like, if you take the... Like, let me quickly get Willow here, right? So, just in place so I can duplicate. Here's Willow, right? Yeah. If I were to draw Cosmos... I mean, first of all, let me show you what Willow is next to a human. There you go. There's a person. There's a person next to her. Like, there's a it's roughly what she is next to a person, maybe a little bit. There we go. Yeah, so imagine that, right? And then let me just there's Cosmos. There you go. There's the difference. Literally fucking dragon god, and he's fucking huge. Like, he's fucking huge. So yeah, he's a big boy. So, Cosmos is going to be another European dragon. I gotta remember how the fuck I even... Let me just get his ref sheet out so I've got a rough idea of how I did them. Yeah, I'm probably going to change his colours as well, honestly, in the end. He's supposed to be just a really big, impressive dragon, but I have no idea what to do for a design for him. I'm going to close this now. I don't need any more. Because the thing is, like, he's like meant to be like infinite years old. He's like creator of the universe, and I don't know what to do for him, design wise. How do I make something so impressive, like creator of the fucking universe? You know. How do I make creator of the fucking universe? How does one do that? I've been putting off doing Cosmos because I'm like, I just how to make him. First of all, let's just get a general shape of a dragon in. That might help. Also, I need to get up and close my curtains. In fact, actually, I need to go pee. So, I'm going to go pee real quick. I'll be back in a second. Give me a moment. Alright. I may have had just some ideas for him while peeing. I may have come up with something. And I'm thinking because he's like a very, very old elder dragon that I could give him like a beard and stuff. I mean, he does originally kind of have a beard, but not properly. So I could do that. And I think that might work quite well for him. I'm going to give him multiple spawn spike things there, I think. something like that. I'm just going to make this up as I go along. So what I was thinking is I give him a wavy beard. He is an old dragon. He has a beard because he's old. I think also whiskers. I don't know why, but I think whiskers would suit him. That's for the beard. Let me actually do that a bit better. It sort of covers all the way. Sort of all of his lower jaw is beard. Something like that. This is my favourite soundtrack in all of Ratchet & Clank. I love this one. So good. Yeah, it's hard to make like such a big, impressive looking dragon, I find. A bit more. Beard. Yeah, I want to give him a beard, but I'm not sure. I can't get it right. How does one give a dragon a beard? There's like... I just went at me. I just accidentally have Discord. There we go. Like... Not so happy with those spikes either, actually, to be fair. This is difficult to come up with like such an impressive dragon design. This is why I've been putting him off. I mean, his original design is so crap, is the problem. I don't like his original design. Maybe I could have his head do this or something. No. How does one make a cool looking dragon? I have no ideas for this guy, is the problem. Why does that keep going away like that? Stop that. There we go. I have no ideas for this guy. What do you see, Dino? Let's... No, this wouldn't work. Well, I still like the idea of him having the beard. Maybe it's a little bit like, not more like just wisps of a beard might help. Might look a bit better. Just on his chin or something rather than a full beard, maybe. It's heading on the forehead. Maybe? Maybe I could do... Yeah, maybe I could do like a... Then it's his horn. I need to... Let me put his horns in, because they're a big prominent part of his design. So let me get his horns in first before we do anything else, actually. Because they are going to be needed. Because they are a big part of his design. Or how his horns go. Which are going to be hard to draw at this angle, but maybe I can get it right. The horns are definitely going to be saying how they work because they're a big part of his design. That's like the only part of his design I like with his horns. Needs to curl in a bit more. That is a YouTube bug. Just try refreshing your page. Yeah, that's a bug on YouTube's end. Happens to me quite a lot in other people's streams. So his horns, they do this and they meet in the middle. Very hard to draw at this angle, oh god. I don't know. If people do, then, I mean, if they consider my horror art to be nightmare fuel, then that's doing its job then. That's what it's meant to be. It's horror art. Horror art should be nightmare fuel. That is the goal of it. So, you know, I'll take that, I guess. Yeah, they touch in the middle like that. It's almost a heart shape, but not really. And in the middle, he has... I don't know if I'm going to have room to draw it in, honestly. He has a gem in the middle. Let me just make a rough gem. Same gem that Spruce has, hint hint. There's a little teaser for you. Cosmos, the fucking god, has the same gem that Spruce has. Oh, why does he have the same gem that Spruce has? Who knows? Who fucking knows? That's a really shit gem, but who cares? Who knows? So, his horns are way too small. They need to be bigger than that. Big horns. Big horns, like very big horns. Still too small. Big horn. I fucking... Ah! You know you just raise something in frustration because it's not going right. Let me try again. When I say big horns, brain, I mean he has big horns. It might be better if I had them attached more like this. His horns are like the main thing that he has. Oh yeah, buckshot roulette is great. I love buckshot roulette. I sucked it. I get bad RNG, but I like buckshot roulette. It's fun. Hello, Oceania. How are you doing? And a bit more because of the angle. It's the angle that's making this a bit iffy to do it at. I need to show that his two horns come together while keeping the side profile. Two horns come together in the middle. Touch. Like a big crown on his head. Big. They need to be very big. And then in the middle of those horns, you get the gem. We are going to ignore how it's just drew it, but it's a gem. As long as there's we know there's a gem. There's a gem in the middle that floats. It just floats there. Because he is God, he can do what the fuck he wants. He can defy physics if he really wants to, because he's fucking God. As for... Oh, I'm just literally making this up as I go along. Think about how I want him to look. Big nose spike, maybe? Coupled with a... I did like the idea of giving him whiskers. I feel like that fits into, like, big god dragon quite well. Giving him whiskers like that. Let's make his body. And go from there. Now with his body... I actually just did this by complete accident, and I kind of like how it looked. So we're going to do that. Oh yeah, the new starters. Yeah, the bird looks interesting. I'll just say that much. The bird starter looks interesting. I've accidentally done all 3 fucking European dragons in the same time. They're not all these 4-legged dragons, I promise. So some of them are different. I mean, Spruce is already different. Cosmos is a big, impressive dragon. Maybe I don't like this neck like that. I'll figure out something else in a minute. I'm just going to get the shape of his body in and then we can figure out what to add to him to bring his design up. He is big, impressive dragon. We've got the main part of his design now, which is horns, so that's fine. The rest I just need to figure out as I go. Let's give him his feet. I'm also I'm about to put number out the dragons that I didn't have clear ideas for, so I'm like, I don't know what to do. Because these are the guys that I did not have complete ideas for. Move him back a bit so he's got a bit more of an upright stance. He's a little bit hunched. A bit more of an upright stance. You know, he's a god. He's not going to be hunched over like that. Classic Phone is a game where anyone and everyone can join in, and it's like stupid art games like, I don't know, you give them a prompt and then someone draws a prompt and they have to guess what it is and then goes from there. It's like just a fun art game thing that anyone can play together online. Can't do feet at the moment. I'm half dead. I don't care if they're like partially broken. Who cares? Like I said, he's a god. He can do what he wants. He can break physics if he wants to. Well, we obviously have wins. He does have wins. Let's just get in the start of the win. Draw fish. There you go. Does anyone remember drawing fish like that as a kid? That was the thing we did as kids. Guys, I am suddenly very hungry. To the point that my stomach is now hurting. That's interesting. Thank you, stomach. I'd rather you didn't do that, you know, stomach. That'd be very helpful. Like, I'm trying to draw God here. Don't make me feel sick right now. Yeah, Cosmos literally created the universe, by the way. Just casually made a universe. just casually created the universe. You know, typical day, typical Sunday. Next one. Get the calf muscle in there. The lore is Cosmos is God, just so you know. He's God. That's all you need to know. Yeah, he is God. He is the source of all the elements. He's a big boy. We like him. He's a good guy, actually, though. He's not a bad god. He's a good guy. He's a very calm god. Also, there's no humans in this story, by the way. Humans do not exist. Who wants humans in a story? Ugh. It is all dragons. On magma. Magma's cool. Magma and lava. I do like magma and lava. Pretty damn cool. Oh, the website? I don't know what the website is. I asked before you said the next one. Yes, but this world does not have humans. Humans do not exist. There are lizard people, though. There is a race of lizard people who live in tribes and they try hunt and kill the dragons. So there's that. They exist. Hey, Dirty Stuff, how you doing? Fairly big wins, you know. He's got a big body that he needs to keep up. Because he can indeed fly despite being a big boy. See you later, Aubrey. Have a good rest of your day. They're dragonfish. I don't know if you can call them fish, but there are water dragons that are ocean dwelling. They're purely aquatic. So yes and no. But they're more like, I think the technical term for them in dragons is they're leviathans. A little bit like Subnautica leviathan. You know the sea dragon in Subnautica? A little bit like that. Something like that, you know. So yeah, they're ocean dwellers. The water dragons are ocean dwellers. Okay, so there's like his rough shape. So now we need to figure out how we're going to make him a big, impressive design. Oh, he's not that small though. If you compare, like, if I put him, that's probably how big he is compared to the others. In reality, these sizes I'm drawing here aren't accurate, but that's in reality to the others. He's probably that big. He's a big boy. He is just more standard dragon. I'm gonna make his wing a little bit bigger. Maybe his body needs to be a bit longer, actually. Yeah, I'm still finding a good app for drawing. Like, I've got Pencil Sight here for PC, but I mean for like tablet. So I was trying to find a good app that I like. Yeah, that's true, Dino. Only art that is subjectively bad, yeah. Right, so now let's think about how he's going to work. I mean, I know his wings are meant to be a little bit torn up because he's so old and, you know, he's been living a very long life. Even though he doesn't really fight in game battles, he's still, you know, going to have wear and tear. His Willow and Acacia are actually quite young in the story. Nope, he's the only one. There's no multiple gods. He's the only one. Let's just put some tears in his wings. Some general wear and tear. A little bit torn up in places, because why not? Shows his age a bit more. Wings need the joints. Hey Molly, welcome in. Good to see you. Put the bones in. I just struggle with great big impressive designs. I'm like, how do I make something look impressive? How do I do that? How does one do that? Because I feel like my designs just aren't impressive. Like, I feel like they're not good enough to really show the grand scale of what Cosmos is meant to be. But, you know, whatever. I'd only do my best. How should I do this? I'm still not happy with Acacia's win. I might go back to her win in a minute. You know what? I'm going to do that now. I'm not happy with Acacia's win. I need to fix Acacia's win. It's been bugging me for fucking hours. I need to fix it. It's been bugging me. Let me fix her win real quick. It has really, really been fucking bugging me. No, because he's not meant to be a creepy god, you know. Maybe actually the multiple wins idea might work. Like the four wins might work. I'll have to see how we go. Just fixing Acacia's win real quick because I was not happy with it. Still a fairly small win. This is Paint Tool Sci V2. You can find everything I use in the description. It is a PC program, not an app. It's not on mobile. Yeah, it's better. Might expand it out a little bit. Yeah, there we go. That's it. So it's still a fairly small win. All things like compared to Willow's win, it's still very small. But yeah. In fact, I still think Willow's win needs to be a bit bigger. It's not really bringing home how big of Air Dragon's win is meant to be. So I'm just gonna make it a bit bigger. They are huge wins. Yeah, there we go. Big wins. I'm going to make your win a little bit bigger. I think that's the mistake I'm making with Acacia's win. I need to do that a bit more. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now let's think about the rest of his design and what I'm going to add to it. Because before I just have random spikes here and there, I don't know if I like it. I'm going to keep hiding his chest plates, which are... They were... Oh, wait, no. Just on that accident. They were... like this. I think I'm going to keep that. Because this guy is the one I'm changing his design a lot on. And the point of these chest plates is they can sort of puff out. Kind of, I guess. Like they can sort of... Like they overlap each other. Let me bring the fact in that they overlap a bit more, actually. So they overlap each other. Don't spam the chat, please, guys. Don't spam the chat. So they overlap. And the thing is, if he like roars or he wants to puff them out, he can like have them do this and they puff out and you can see his core inside like that. So they can do that. And I'm keeping that idea. Hard thing to do from this angle. Right, let me switch my cameras around like this. That'll help. Hello, Hamza, by the way. I never actually said hello to you. How you doing, Hamza? As we go down the tail. Sort of overlapping, and then there we go. Okay, so that's the stomach sorted. His original design I had sort of very thin quill-like spikes going down. Maybe I'll keep that. As for how I would incorporate 4 winds. I do like the idea of 4 winds. It is kind of cool. But I don't know if it'll work because he built the universe and then like the other dragons sort of came along in this image. So I don't know if the 4 winds would really work. Just thinking about it. Just keep adding for now and we'll think about that. So his face. I still think the idea of whiskers fits him quite well. Whiskers. Maybe like someone said, he can have hair going up from there. No, I don't like that. Fuck, I don't know what to do with him, man. What did I do for his tail? Literally fucking nothing. Well done, past me. His tail, let's do. Oh god, I don't know. Maybe fins on his tail, a little bit like Toothless style. Maybe go a little Toothless style here. See you later, Toasty. Have a good day. Go a tad bit Toothless style with flight fins on the tail. Hey, nice Taurus. Maybe also just do that so I can work a bit better. You can have some. Oh no, I don't want line work. You can have some coming out here as well. Or some fins. That I use for flight. Maybe something like that. Maybe I can give him... same sort of thing here. No, I don't think the fin on his head will work. They're flight things, so I don't want it going that far back. Actually, no, I'll keep it like that for now. I might keep the really thin quill-like spikes he had. So he had really sort of thin, almost quill-like spikes going down. I don't know if that's going to fit him anymore. Nah. He needs bigger, more impressive things. In which case I'm actually going to make these tail fins much bigger. Yeah, more like that. So it's gotten really messy actually, so I'm going to redraw it. As someone wants to run your art through AI to animate it. Yeah, it was one of my FNAF artworks of fucking Spring Body from the movie. It never got back to me about removing it, and I tried to get rid of it, but Instagram doesn't have a fucking, oh, hey, this is my stuff and I don't want it thing. It doesn't have any copyright reporting. It's like, wow, thanks, Instagram. Thanks for being a great platform. This is why I don't use Instagram. The bit of lost music that bugged out so it never actually played in game. Which sucks because it's a really good bit of music. I mean, I'd be happy if they did something about it. It'd be fucking nice if they did, but they're not going to because they suck, because Meta sucks. Don't even fucking use Facebook. What else can I add to him? His original design is just so bland and doesn't work. So I'm trying to add to it as much as I can. I definitely still want to go with the beard thing if I can get it to look right. There we go, that probably works a bit better actually. Bit of a beard. Now let's think about what else I can add. Do I still want to do whiskers? Like, I'm liking the idea, but then I put them in and they just don't look very good. Was that what style did I give his... They don't really have a style. They're just kind of like this. I'm just going to do that. I'm gonna have stripes of colour go here, I think, between each one of these. I mean, it should be pretty self-explanatory that you can't put my art through AI, to be fair. It should be pretty self-explanatory that you're not going to be allowed to do that. Maybe it's just his scales, sort of. He's got a couple that come up as spikes, maybe. No, I don't know. It's along his back needs something. That's where I'm struggling. Let's think about his face a bit more as well. Nah. That, and then add more spike scales. Do you have tips when drawing dragons? Not really. My problem is whenever someone asks me something like that, I'm like, how do I give tips? Because I do not have any, because I just win it. No, I'm still not happy with that either. The visual design is just so boring, so I can't really refer back to it. Well, let's give him at least the spike on his wingtip. I think that'll work. Just a spike on his wingtip. That's like a classic dragon thing. To have this go to a spike. Then maybe the two win. Let me just copy and paste it. I know it's going to look a bit bad, but I just want to do that and then make it smaller. Have it have another connection there. Sort of get an idea of what it would look like if you were to have two sets of wings. The second one would definitely be smaller. Yeah, I don't think it suits him. I mean, let me just duplicate this so I don't erase the actual, in case I don't like it. I don't know if it's gonna work. Yeah, it's a cool idea, but I don't think it works for him, only because he's like the first dragon and all the other dragons that follow him sort of follow his... Yeah, no, I don't think it's gonna work. Like, I appreciate the idea, but I don't think it'll work for Cosmos, really. Unfortunately, because it is a cool idea. Maybe I can fit it in some of the other designs. Right, I'm just going to quickly, like, Google dragon and just, like, get an idea for a dragon real quick. Just see if there's anything I can take. Maybe multiple horns? Maybe that would work if I like doing multiple horns. So, like, he has the set, the big set, and then he has several other sets. Maybe smaller ones that come out. Something like that. That looks dumb. Ah, God. I'll check it out, Dino, if I remember. There's a high chance I'm not going to remember. second set of horn. What can I see with dragons? What else can I look at? I could have it actually that, hang on, that this here, sort of, rather than it just going straight into horn, it's actually big scale and then goes into horn. So like, big scale, or several big scales that then transition into horn. Hard to do. Oh, I don't know. I feel like his horns are now gone. Now I want to redo his fucking horns, man. Like, this sucks. This is why I was pissing off doing Cosmos, because this sucks. You know what I'm gonna do? I raise some of his horns. Make them lean back a little bit. Move them back a little bit. And I'm gonna try and attach them in a bit of a better way. Using scales that wrap up and around them. And then the horn comes out. Something along those lines. Still not happy with it. I'm gonna completely redo his horns. And then go from there. Funny enough, one of the dragons I'm going to be doing is a snake dragon. She's a wyvern. And she is a bit of a villain. Okay, that works better. Definitely is better. I'm going to raise now what I don't need here. Opacity back up, merge that down. To differentiate it from the scales, we'll just do this so it's a bit different. And then what I could do is also some layered scales here coming out. I think maybe something like that. Just have it as a harsher scale like that. Tips? Do you have any tips? What do you, I mean, I have a Discord server if you're looking for somewhere to join as artists. I have a Discord server. There's a lot of artists in there. I'm not entirely sure what your message is saying. Yeah, there's a Discord server in the description. Stuff like his snout is missing something. I might just do that, like just a simple little spike. Background now I'm not sure about. I feel like he needs spines in some way, shape or form. Fancy shaped spines maybe. Or maybe actually considering he idea. Where did Spruce get that blade shape from? I wonder. Where did Spruce get that blade shape from, guys? Oh, we'll never know where Spruce got that blade shape from. To start his forehead, actually. Yeah, no, he's gonna have it, a lot of this is gonna come in colouring. He's gonna have like energy flowing through his horns, but that's gonna come in through colouring. So he does have something going on with his horns, but it's not really gonna show in just sketching. Just one big spike from there. Nah. I can use something else on his face, but I can't decide what. He probably wouldn't have scars, no. I'm trying to think what fits him. Because it's hard to think what fits him. I haven't fully fleshed out his character yet. I know roughly what he is, but I'm not entirely sure. My favourite thing in Texas? I don't know. I don't know much about Texas. No, I'm British. I don't know much about American culture. I don't know. I hate them all. Because is that an answer? Can I answer the fact that I hate them all? Does that count? Because I really do hate them all. Testo? I don't know what testo is either. I'm just messing around with a way to connect scales here right now. That looks a bit weird. I'm trying to just think of a cool way to do his scales currently. Up here actually. Same scales form a pattern on his head, I think. Maybe on his muzzle too. Not a muzzle, but on a head maybe. I don't know. I feel like I'm putting too much into it now. I'm trying to find a cool way. Tesco. Oh, I don't know. We don't shop at Tesco. We shop in Asda. So I don't know much about what's in Tesco that isn't in other places. Let's get this joint good now. What I could do is have it like that, so he's got a different shaped jaw that's actually closed off. Oh, hang on, I think I've just cooked. By complete accident, I think I've just cooked. I think I've just got something. I think I just cooked by complete accident then. I'm gonna keep his head relatively normal. What I'm gonna do is give him like big scales that go along his muzzle. And up his head. You know, that's probably something for now with him. Do we want anything else on his legs? What did I think for his legs I just added some spikes, but I don't know. Oh, we went literally earlier today, my mum, I went to a brand new Sainsbury's that's just opened near us. And oh god, they only have self-checkout. And self-checkout is fine if you have like 1 or 2 items you want to get through quickly, you don't want to go to a proper till. But the self-checkout is so broken. The lady monitoring it had to come over and help us like 5 different times because it kept breaking on us. It was so annoying. We don't need self-checkout constantly. Can we have actual people, please? Like it kept saying, oh, please put item in bagging area. We've already put the item in bagging area. Please take item out of bagging area. Oh my god, please stop. Like, just let us have our shopping, please, you know? I think a thing with Cosmos is going to have big scales in places. Big scales in places. Make the win a bit more interesting. Yeah, big scales there could work as well, you're right. Even into those scales. Now, let's make him a bit more big and impressive. Let's... How am I going to do that? Bigger win, definitely. I can't see. I couldn't see if I've gone over it yet. Give him actually a bigger neck, I think. Taller neck. And then the one that's now missing. Bigger legs, I think, would help. Move the tail. Move over so I've got more room to expand the tail a bit. scale. And maybe it has like another layer of these. If that makes sense. Like it has another layer like that, maybe. Something like that, maybe? Maybe. I'll think about that. I play it occasionally, yeah. I just like to play it with my friends more than anything else. I'm not that big into the lore of it or anything. I just enjoy playing it with friends. That sort of, yeah, go along like another layer of them. And on the other side there would be another layer of them. So there's 3 rows of these blade spine things. Well, there's the big boy. Of course, he'd be way bigger than them than he is now, but he's a big boy. I guess that will do for him for now. I can always go back and change him up a bit. I think I'm actually going to get rid of these for now. I feel like it's busying up his design a little bit too much. And I can always add in scales in texturing. If I ever colour, whenever I get around to doing an actual reference sheet, I can always add in the scales via colour, texture and rendering and stuff. And now I'm just going to get rid of them. Makes the design a little less busy. And to fit the rest, I'm going to change this to be blade. Always hard to put like a thin blade like that. Without it looking bad. There we go. I'll just make the part where it comes out a bit smaller. Actually, now let me... Hold on. I need to remember I can actually rotate my canvas. You know, that's a thing that I can do. A little bit more. There's the scales there. Yeah, that'll do actually, is how it is. It's 7 PM for me. In fact, I was literally going to end stream once I've just finished up Cosmos here. That's when I was going to end stream. It's an hour before I'm playing dandies with my friends, so I need some rest beforehand. Yeah, that'll do for him for now. I'm still tempted with the whiskers idea. What do you guys think about whiskers on him like that? Something more like that, actually. Yeah, we can have whiskers on him like that. Okay, so we got Willow, Acacia, Spruce, and Cosmos done. Still not really sure I got Acacia's anatomy right. I think I need to expand her body a bit. So what I'm going to do is take from about here. Just connect everything up again. Like that. Thanks, Dino. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's better. I mean, if I had to do a size chart for them all, let me get a new canvas. If I had to think about all their sizes, let's get Willow in there first as a baseline. So there's Willow. So Willow there, we'll get Acacia is shorter than Willow. Shorter but bulkier than Willow. Spruce is obviously small but long. So he's probably that, but he's long, so obviously he has the length difference. And then you move these three over, and then we grab Cosmos, and yeah, there you go. Size chart. Cosmos is a big lad. That's probably their sizes. So Spruce is the shortest, but he's long. Acacia is sort of short, but she's bulky. Willow is tall and slender. And then Cosmos is just fucking huge. that's the height chart for you. So I'm done for today. We are probably going to continue this next stream. Yeah, thank you everyone for coming out. I appreciate you all. Hope you like the dragons so far. We've got Willow, Acacia, Spruce, and Cosmos. And yeah, we're going to end there. So thank you everyone for coming out, and I will see you all later on, hopefully. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.